What's up, everybody? You're back with me on this special Sunday evening with a lot of filming going on. Welcome to BB Love Sports, where sports and gaming is the exquisite fusion. Got you locked in. Spooky season is here. So you ready? We're talking all things HBCU homecomings. Let's go. Okay. I think I put my fangs in for this one. Okay. These are doused in a lot of water. So let's get into it. And we're going to go backwards and then go forwards, if that makes any sense. So settle in. Welcome, Title Squad. All new subscribers, welcome to the Title Squad. Welcome all visitors to BB Love Sports. Okay, so the homecoming schedule, HBCU. It's a lot of talk. It's a lot of interest, more than ever, from all of us who have attended an HBCU homecoming, part of the HBCU, have family members part of the HBCU. It's just a lot of blow up than never before because, of course, we're in the digital age of information. And that's so cool. Okay, how technology is so good. Because imagine you are a woman, a worldwide woman, and you're getting your life on with your gigs and your personal life, and for certain reasons, just whatsoever, which is perfectly fine to you. But then on the other spectrum, you're not attending your homecoming. God. But if you got some nice day ones, as I previously recorded before with the new visuals, your day ones that can video call, let you say hello to everyone in real time, give you the juicy gossips if there is any to give by text or by code. You're somewhat there because you have that connection. But it also brings everything into play, because like, say you go to your homecoming but you didn't get up to watch the parade, so then you could go back and now you can watch the parade, or if you got there too late to see this or see that other activities that lead up to the weekend, I mean, you can see it. Digital, the coronation, the bonfires, all other great activities. If you're tailgated and you didn't go to the game, shame on you. I mean, alternate. But, you know, you have those technologies there, which is really, really dope. But say you could be grill master, grill mistress at the homecoming. And then your day one is at the game. And then they can call you on the video call and let you see while you're burning it up. So it's great when it comes to the sweetness of technology. All right, so the homecoming schedule for HBCU. October the 1st was the beginning of the HBCU homecomings, and very, very early for some people. But you were guaranteed a little bit of good weather if it didn't fall along the lines of hurricane season. You know what I mean? All right, so you had AAMU, you had Bluefield State, Bowie State, FBSU, Lincoln U of Missouri, and Winston-Salem State University. What's up, Rams? All right. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And just a fun fact, Pam Grier, Foxy Brown, Sheba Baby, you know what it is, legend, you know, has those ties to Winston-Salem, as well as Stephen A., who is a Ram, okay, HBCU. So they have their homecomings early. And then my girl Payne, her daughter is not, oh my God, can you imagine? You know, her daughter now is a freshman, so go Enchantress. Okay, go Payne. Love that. All right, so early homecomings. So everybody can get to those homecomings and just enjoy and have a ball if that's your vibe. October the 8th, but let's go back to October the 1st. Winston-Salem is always a good time for their homecomings. It's always been a really good time going to Winston-Salem, you know, at least from my perspective. And these are my points of views that we're talking here, okay? And Bowie State as well. Really good homecoming, okay? All right, October the 8th was Alabama State, Central State, Fayetteville State, Lane, Lincoln U of Pennsylvania, Morgan State, Morris Brown, Savannah State, Tennessee State, UAPB, Virginia State, Virginia Union, West Virginia State. Now, this was a nice lineup right here for October 8th. There's some really nice hitting homecomings, okay? And we're not talking about the hype of celebrities coming to different stuff. And listen, I'm not hating. I'm just saying what it is. You know, a lot of media love to focus on certain homecomings, and that's cool. But if you know, you know, before the digital age, before the hype. And things do change, okay? But it's always a good time at Tennessee State. It's always a good time at Virginia Union, indeed. And it's always a good time for Morgan State's homecoming as well, okay? These are the homecomings I know. And, you know, let's give a shout out there to Fayetteville State homecoming as well, because you could travel from that triangle. You could travel from Charlotte and just wherever else and head on over to Fayetteville, okay? And go check that out. So those are some really good homecomings for that week. October the 15th, Albany State, Clark Atlanta U, Elizabeth City State, Kentucky State, Miles, Norfolk State, South Carolina State University, SAU. This is a good homecoming here, October 15th, okay? And not because I'm up in that press box and with the MEAC, okay? And with South Carolina State Athletics, shout out to the best athletics, okay? Team, really good, really professional about it. South Carolina State Bulldogs, their homecoming has always been lit before the cameras, before all the digital eras, and a lot of people know it. Go down to Orangeburg, South Carolina, and you got parties on parties on parties on parties. Big alumni comes out, and their tailgate has just gotten off the hook better than before. They would always have big celebrity names at their homecoming, so it was just crazy good, okay? And so in my era of that whole 1989 to 93, that was my era in college. It was really, really good. But of course, I had the leg up because my auntie my auntie is my auntie. She went to Claflin, which is right next door to South Carolina State Bulldogs. So then I would get to go to the homecomings and all activities, for a weekend in high school. And I'm talking like 11th and 12th grade, not 10th grade. They wasn't having it. But my junior year and my senior year, I would go. And so I was well versed on the homecoming of colleges. Okay. And also the bigger homecomings too, because my uncle, he went to USC, Gamecocks family since the 70s. So I was always well versed on all sides of the spectrum of college homecomings because of my family. And also, with my parents too, with their homecomings. So South Carolina State has always been that school for a really nice homecoming. Okay. And they really show out. Norfolk State. Okay. Everybody has been doing the wave. So you just can go take a look around the different alumni, digital social media platforms, as well as the schools, and they can show you, how everybody is getting down with the get down virtually, which we didn't have back then. But it was, again, back then, if you know, you know. And so I always think if you know, trumps over anything digital, because you can always have smoke and mirrors, which is not smoke and mirrors, but you know what I mean. All right, so Norfolk State is a good one, and Elizabeth City State is good. It's a quiet, if you know, you know. So Elizabeth City is good. Of course, in Atlanta, you're going to have Clark Atlanta that has the big step up. So, that's how it goes. But yeah, definitely, it's a nice vibe there with Norfolk and with South Carolina State. Top homecomings. October 22nd, which is where we're at now. Many people are headed back. Some people are headed back in the morning. Some people came all week. It was just a good time. This was a nice lineup. Alcorn State, Allen University, Hampton, Howard, Jackson State, John C. Smith, MVSU, Langston, Morehouse, Shaw, and Southern. This is all super dope. It's almost like you cannot go wrong. And I'm not throwing any shade, again, at Jackson State. But Jackson State was not, I don't care what y'all talking about. Jackson State was not one of those, if you know, you had to be there. Of course, that climate has changed. But it was always like, in that region, Southern. People was headed down to Southern. And then, of course, in Atlanta, you had Morehouse and Spelman right there. And then you had John C. Smith dominating Charlotte. So everybody shows love because you got couples, you got family. So, A&T, the Aggies, they would come roll up at John C. Smith and other places. So it was always a good vibe because, with John C. Smith is the beautiful Queen City. Now they share a homecoming week with UNCC, which is also my alumni as well as John C. Smith. And they collab. I thought that was a beautiful thing. In the digital era, you see them have the flyers for different parties joining. So that's beautiful. It was great times. I did not make it to either homecoming. It was my mom's birthday on the 21st, which the online magazine, 1021 magazine, is in honor of my mom. So I was hanging out with my mother. Okay, and we had a good time. She didn't even make her homecoming either, which was Allen. But yes, John C. Smith is that go-to homecoming, as well as Morehouse. And Shaw is the if you know, you know. If you don't want to travel down from the triangle, those parts right there, then you can head on over to Shaw. Howard has always boasted nice homecomings, and no matter what is going on now, because if you go online, if you know, you know, then you can see that a lot of people are saying it's not the same, but Howard was that go-to. So you're not about to even sit here and be playing with OGs that know. We can't help if it ain't swirling and popping now, but please, everybody was trying to head up there to the DMV. Please, go-go music, and it was lit. L-I-T. It was lit. So it's a good homecoming. Of course, Hampton, up that road, is a good homecoming as well. So it gives a breather. Those who went the week before, Norfolk State, they could just roll on over there to Hampton or to Howard University or wherever they want to roll. And then you had Allen, which has come up even more, and I'm very happy to see that. And it's good to see all of them show love to other HBCUs for their homecoming. So one time for the social media, because they really have been doing their jobs and they've been stepping up and doing their thing. So the technology has evolved into something really, really, really great. Okay. And then Jackson State, of course, had with Coach Sanders there, bringing in the celebrity crew. All eyes and people were coming down to, show support, especially after the debacle thing there. We're not even going to really deep dive into, but, you got people wearing Jackson State, and it's so bizarre as well as good look for supporting Beyond and Jackson State. But, is that SWAC? No, there's celebrities coming to the SWAC. Okay, no shade. It is what it is. All right. So October 29th, this is the up next. Who's up next? Well, listen, this is back to the OGs. And if you know, you know. This is not hype. Or trying to play the dozens. Or trying to play the favorites. Or trying to do the POVs. These are facts. Benedict, Delaware State, FAMU, Harris Stowe, North Carolina A&T, Texas Southern, and PVAMU. This is a loaded deck right here. But let's knock this deck down. You're going to go where your loyalty stands. If you're at Benedict, you're going to rock out Benedict. And Benedict is going to be lit in Columbia, in the metro. You got DJ B Lord and a lot of other DJs. Okay? And everything is going to be happening. Nice city. Even you got friends at USC Gamecocks that come on over and celebrate. Benedict celebrates the love with Allen that just finished their homecoming. And Allen shows love back. And it's going to be a lit time at Benedict. Okay? And they're balling undefeated. Also, FAMU. That's the fam down there. I got the best of both worlds. Maternal and paternal. Shout out to my brother, FAMU, and my cousin Kim, FAMU. And little old me would have been FAMU too, but look, I was just caught in the middle, so I had to do my own thing interpersonally. But it's always the vibe. FAMU is going to be a nice lit homecoming for sure. But if they pull up and they tell you that they are the littest in this lineup, that is not so unless something bizarre happens. Everybody know that when you throw this title, you throw it because you can back it up. G-Ho. G-Ho, everybody. And I'm not calling anybody ho either. Because if you know, you know. G-Ho, greatest homecoming on earth. You're salty. If you say it, it's not going to be that. Because the Aggies pull up and they pull through. They're just as dominant as South Carolina State Bulldogs. Okay? And not even Jackson State, for all of the loaded seats and celebrity. If you know, you know. Their homecoming is so lit. They don't need to have all these celebrities, but there are celebrities that descend upon North Carolina A&T. They just have that swag about them. And the good thing, I know a couple of couples, could I say including myself? Okay. I've had my share of dating some Aggie men. Plural. But not a lot. You know what I mean? But look, that's a good look. Because if you're both from different HBCUs, like some of my friends who got that HBCU divided right there, ooh-ee, it's a good thing. Because your homecoming is already passed, and you just ride on up there with your man, with your husband, and all that for G-Ho, and just have a good time. Greatest homecoming on earth. And it's everybody's homecoming is the greatest on earth. But when they throw that title, it's because it's lit. And it's lit. It's lit without any celebrities sitting on the field. It's lit. G-Ho has always been lit. It's lit. And y'all already know. Whew. So that's going to be a good one. Anybody else in that lineup? Everybody else is going to have a good time, of course. You know that. But the talk is going to be, all eyes going to be on G-Ho, though. Nice eyes on FAMU. Nice eyes on Benedict. But all eyes going to be on G-Ho. Okay, just let you know. All right, November 5th. I know I hung there too long, right? Bethune-Cookman, Edward Waters, Florida Memorial, NCNU, Paul Quinn, Grambling, and Tuskegee. This is another loaded deck. Do y'all have money to go to all these? Because they lit. Bethune-Cookman is going to be lit. But out of all this, the if you know, you know, it's going to be North Carolina Central University right after G-Ho. North Carolina Central is going to go party it up with North Carolina Anti-Aggies. And then the Eagles, who are looking really good in the MEAC, their homecoming has always been if you know, you know. And even the Aggies know. Thank God they don't put us on the same weekend, because that would be really crazy. But I tell you, if that ever happened, please don't let that happen. You have them going back and forth. Because out of the two, Geo is lit. But when it comes to, I party so much, I can't remember. Can you remember everything we did? That's the Eagles. And even Geo, they would have to admit that. North Carolina Central has always known how to get down for homecomings. And so it's going to be straight lit up there. So if you know, you know. Grambling is a good homecoming. Exactly. And let's not front about that soda commercial back then when nobody else was doing that and got that commercial. Okay? It speaks. History. OG. You got to know your OG. Okay? For the band. And Tuskegee is always going to be a good homecoming. But on this one, I would have to give it to Grambling and Central. They're on different sides of the spectrum. So it is what it is. Everybody be making their way to the triangle. Even those over at UNC, Tar Heels, what people make their way to G-Ho. And people make their way to Central. So stay locked in. And we're going to do some more. All right?